Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Last episode we had another flashback as Laguna, and this episode we're going to explore Galbadia Garden. I got all the dragon fangs that I want to. Just so you know, when you're carding Grendels, you may occasionally get a Tiamat card. I didn't, and if you have any abilities that you want to learn, you do get 6 AP per Grendel, so I made sure to learn Diablos' Encounter None. So, to continue on with the story today, we're just going to head to this garden right here. It's pretty sweet. It looks more like an actual a base as opposed to a Christmas ornament, like Abolishing Garden. So we're just gonna head on in. Real quickly, I need to give Rinoa the magic command back. Or, excuse me, the draw command back from card, because we're going to be drawing a spell real quick. And she has my highest magic stat of all my characters. Selphie says, wow, completely different. Zell's gonna remark on how it's quiet. And of course, because it's quiet, Squall likes it. And Quistis is gonna say, oh, can you leave it to me? I know the Headmaster pretty well. I think, I remember reading somewhere, I think Quistis actually went to this garden as a student. But I can't verify that. So we'll just head on in. Right here, there is a draw point, and you can see the text. It says, attention seed party from Abolishing Garden. Please wait in the second floor reception room. We'll get to that in just a minute. There's actually a draw point right here that you can't see, and it's a haste draw point. So since Rinoa has the highest magic stat of all my characters, she'll draw. And 10 hastes. Now that's actually kind of low. Usually when I play this, I get 14 or 15. But, oh well, no big deal. And next thing, we want to head off to the right here, because there's something I want to do. So, let's talk to some people, see what's going on around here. Oh, apparently reading a story. Okay, let's go on here. Because it's time to play some ice hockey, right? Right? No, he says don't interrupt our practice. We can't take to the ice just yet. However, what we can do is we can come in here. We can talk to this guy. A hockey team that's made up by a bunch of monsters. Oh. You mean the Toronto Maple Leafs? Ah, I'm funny. Oh, and they're going to play them next week, and they're kind of worried. Might get killed? Alright, so if you challenge this guy to a game of cards, he's a Trabia transfer student, and he plays with Trabia's rules. And Trabia uses the annoying rule that so many places use. Yep, they use random. So we're going to quit, and we're going to spread open. Now I'm going to come back later in the episode, and I'm going to abolish the rules from Trabia. But for right now, you just want to spread open. And then we're going to go across the hall. Because there's a certain girl in here. Right here. We're going to challenge her, and we're just going to keep declining until she stops asking to mix. You asked me about 50 times when I did my playthrough of this. Please don't ask me 50 times this time. Okay, there we go. Only took about 25 tries or so for her to stop mixing rules. So now we have Galbadia's rules back on us. And I want to show you real quick. I'm not going to play her in a game of cards. However, if you want to, you can see Krista's our one level 6 boss card. She plays every level 6 boss card you can get. So you can completely stock your deck with level 6 boss cards. Just beware, because you see Krista has an 8 and a 7. So all level 6 boss cards will at least have 1 8, and most, I believe, also have 1 7, and there's a few that have 2 8s. So just keep that in mind, that if she plays a full 5 cards that are all level 6 boss cards, it might be a little challenging. So you might want to save at that save point near the spot where we drew the haste magic. And also, I don't know if I ever actually said it, so you can see all these level 5 boss cards, or level 5 monster cards, excuse me, that I have from card grinding. And you see how there's one that we're missing. We will be getting that card eventually, probably much later in the game. It's called the Poo Poo card. You can only get it once. So in case you were wondering why I don't have one particular card, that's why. Okay, so that's about all we're going to do here. Now we're going to head up to the reception room finally. We will be back. We're going to use those 2 characters to, like I said, abolish random and plus from Trabia. Now let's talk to this dude. He's going to say, don't run the hallway, give us some push-ups. Talk to this guy, and he's going to say, you know what? There's one good thing about having to do push-ups. Uh-huh. Creepy, creepy, creepy. We'll come back to those guys in a little bit for a funny scene. Okay, so this is the reception room. Just run on in. Everyone's going to enter and assume their positions, and there's a certain order that you want to talk to them in, just to kind of speed up the scene. So first things first, you want to talk to Zell. And after he says that, Quistis will enter the room. She's the next... Actually, Renault is the next one you're going to want to talk to. Okay, so they understand our situation. And Balam Garden is safe. They were able to smooth it over and say that it was an independent act. There you go, Zell. You're racked with grief, and it turns out we're going to be A-okay. Wait, the Cypher's trial's already over? It's been like 2 hours. And there's some swift justice from Galbadia. So everyone's going to assume Cypher is dead. Spoiler alert, he is not. And they're going to talk about death, and it's really going to kind of irritate Squall. Oh yeah, your resistance faction. Must have been prepared for the worst. I don't know, Quistis. I don't really think Cypher thinks things through. Yeah, not really that much consolation. So first things first, you want to, after talking to Zell, talk to Renoa. She'll say, I really liked him. And you're going to find out that Cypher was actually Renoa's boyfriend last summer. Cypher was Renoa's boyfriend. Almost mixed those up. You think you were in love? Okay, well, love isn't some empirical thing. It's you're either in love or you're not, and you know it when you are. Oh well, she's a kid. It was last summer. I was 16, lots of fond memories. Okay, now for some reason we can't walk past Renoa here, so we gotta walk around, talk to Quistis. And she says, I don't have any good memories of him. Seen some troubled kids, but he was beyond troubled. Well, he wasn't really a bad guy. So let's talk to Zell again. And Zell's gonna say, I didn't like the guy, but executed? Come on, man. And finally talk to Selphie. And she's gonna say, you really hated Cypher, didn't you, Zell? And Zell's gonna be like, yeah, but, you know, he was one of us. He was from Garden. You want to get revenge if you can. So Squall's gonna start thinking, I liked him, wasn't really a bad guy, he was one of us. Cypher, you've become just a memory. Will they talk about me this way if I die too? Squall was this and that, using past tense, saying whatever they want. Well, Squall doesn't like that. So just start walking towards the door, and eventually he'll start saying, not for me. I won't have it. And for the first time, we actually really see Squall show some emotion in the game. And he just yells, I'm not having anyone talk about me in the past tense. And leaves. So, I mean, you know, that's a big step forward for Squall. So what you want to do is now head down the stairs. Head out here. Oh, it's Ragin, so Ragin and Fujin must be here. Yep, there they are. And Ragin was delivering a message from Headmaster Sid to the Headmaster of Galbadia Garden. And Squall asked what kind of order. Well, Ragin didn't read it, just gave it to the Headmaster. Oh, so they were supposed to meet up with us in Timber, but the train stopped. So luckily they read the garden, whatever that rule book is, and they realized, oh, we have to go to Galbadia Garden. Oh no, that's never mind. Never mind, people. Okay, so here's the big part. So Fujin says Cypher, and Ragin's like, oh, wasn't Cypher with you? Squall says, I heard he was tried in Galbadia and then executed. And Fujin doesn't believe it, and Ragin says, it's gotta be a lie. There's no way he'd put up with a trial or an execution. It's just not Cypher. You know, if there's a whole army, I don't really think he has much of a choice in that matter. But I digress. So they're gonna go ahead and leave and head to Galbadia to look for Cypher. And if we start moving forward, it'll say, Seed party from Balam, please assemble in front of the gate. Well, we can do that, or we can go back here and have a scene with Zell. Let's see if they're doing push-ups. And they're not doing push-ups, so head on up the stairs. And now head back down the stairs. And they're still not doing them. So I'm just going to keep exiting and re-entering this little part at the bottom of the stairwell here. And eventually I'll be back once the push-up gang is there. Aha, here we go. Talk to this guy, he won't say anything new. Don't run in the hall. Give him some push-ups. Talk to Zell. Talk to this dude. Talk to this dude again. Talk to the creepy guy again. And keep your eyes on Zell. Zell has the exact same idea as that dude. However, you could bust him, and he's gonna go fast mode. So that's just a little funny scene. So we'll exit. This draw point here is actually it hasn't regenerated yet. It'll be regenerated really quickly, though. Okay, and there's Quistis. Okay, there's the whole party running to the front of the gate. So what you want to do is you want to come over here, you want to talk to Renoa, and she's going to say, oh, I think that's him, as there's a car approaching us. And she says, just pretend I'm a seed, it'll be easier. I don't know what bothers me more about the car, the fact that the wheels are definitely turned to the left, or the fact that the wheels weren't even moving. And Rinoa, yep, the salute. Gotta do the talk to the hand salute. And this is Martin. He's the headmaster, at least right now, of Galbadia Garden. And he's gone over the plans and decided to fully assist and cooperate with Headmaster Sid. Oh, you were planning this too for quite some time. Well, it all works out. Okay, so the current situation is Sorceress is being appointed as a peace ambassador. However, there will be no peace talks, just threats. Sorceress creates fear, so they're gonna use that fear to negotiate favorable conditions for Galbadia. Oh, so their ultimate goal is world domination. That's probably not good. Oh, and they're gonna want to take over Garden as well. Oh, the Sorceress is planning on using Galbadia Garden as her base. So, very few options available to us. And they're entrusting world peace in the future to us. Now we'll do the talk to the hand salute. Alright, so he's going to hand the official orders to Squall. Let's see. 3 kegs of beer. Check. Oh, a sniper? Yeah, we don't have a sniper. You know, for some reason, even though it's kind of set in the present, we don't have a gun specialist. An elite sharpshooter from Galbadia Garden. It's Irvine. More party members. And Irvine is actually our last permanent party member we're going to acquire in the game. We will have one more temporary party member, maybe 2. I think just 1. Failure is not an option. Bang. Don't know if you want to pretend you're shooting your headmaster there, Irvine. So let's talk to him. Looks like I'm with you, Rubes from Balam. And of course, Zell's gonna take offense. And Squall says, why do you have to overreact to everything? Oh, you say things to get a rise out of some people. Okay. We won't let it bother us. Yeah, so don't put him with Zell. Talk to Rinoa. And we're gonna go over our orders. Our next mission to assassinate the Sorceress. Aw, yeah. So we're gonna shoot her from afar using our sharpshooter, even though he carries more like a sawed-off shotgun type of weapon. But, you know, whatever. It's Final Fantasy. Oh, and if he fails, we have to attack head-on. And Irvine's gonna say, nah, I never miss my target. We're good. Oh, so we're gonna head to the capital of Galbadia, Delling City. I think that's where we were with Laguna in that one flashback. And we're gonna meet up with a Galbadian general, and he's gonna go over the plan with us. So Irvine's gonna suggest taking Selfie and Rinoa along on the trip. We're gonna say, yeah, that's no good. Let's see, so I'm gonna want Irvine. Oh, and we'll take Rinoa along as the 3rd. And I'm gonna want a junction exchange between Irvine and Zell. There we go. Irvine says excellent choice because he's picked and because there's one woman in the party. And this is going to go over the switch member junction exchange. We don't need that. So yeah, you get funny dialogue if you put Irvine with the women. If you take, like, Quistis and Selfie, he'll be like, "Oh man, you got all the babes." So first things first, we want to head back in here to Galbadia Garden. Okay, try to go in the entrance there, Squall. And you can see that haste draw point has regenerated. So we're now stocked 5 haste. Better than nothing. I don't know if we're actually going to need haste. Pretty soon I'm going to have auto haste on everyone, and I think I can still junction haste to someone's speed once we get speed junctions, but that's for later in the game. So we've already spread open to the Timber player. We've reacquired Galbadia's rules. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to save here. And just like in Delete, we're going to do a hard reset. So we're going to exit out of the game completely or turn your console off and back on. And I'll be back once I've done that. Now that we've done our soft reset, let's head back to the room with the transfer student from Trabia. Makes you wonder how often certain members are transfer students, because if you remember, Selfie's a transfer student to VIII Garden from Trabia. And we'll head in here, and we're going to challenge him and accept and quit twice. So let's mix. Yep. Quit. Nothing happens. So let's do it again. And quit. Random rule was abolished. Awesome. So now if we go to play him in a game of cards, he just uses open and plus. So I'm going to head back, and I'm going to reacquire Galbadia's rules. Plus isn't horrible. If you remember the same rule, if your cards have the same value on opposing sides, you can get cards flipped. Plus is very much the same, but if it's two opposite sides, add up to the same number. So let's say my card was in the middle of... Let's say their card had a 6, my card had a 1. And on the other side of that card there was a 4, and they played a card with a 3. They would both add up to 7. So that's how the plus rule works. Let's just get rid of it. We're going to head back, and we're going to save again, and we're going to soft reset. Now, everything that we've done so far has been, you know, kind of simple. Just look at something twice and quit. But the next rule, to abolish plus, we're going to have to do something pretty crazy. And I'll talk more about that as the random number generator goes on. Eventually we're going to need to load up a save file in the pub to tweak with some numbers, but that's later in the game. So I've saved my game, time for another hard reset. Second hard reset is done. Let's head back and talk to the Trabia student for the last time. And like I said, this is going to be one of the first times we have to do some really kind of wonky things to manipulate the random number generator. So what we're going to do is we're going to inspect this draw point 17 times. That's right, 17. And the way I keep track is I count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 15, 16, and 17. So let's go and let's challenge him to a game of cards. Oh yeah. And let's quit. Let's do it again. The plus rule was abolished from this region. Booyah! First or second time after inspecting that draw point 17 times, you should get the plus rule abolished from the region. Open is the only rule Trabia uses. Now there's only one only one rare card in Trabia, but much later in the game we're going to meet someone who uses the Trabia rules even though they're not in Trabia. And that's another time when changing the rules, it comes in handy. Now that we've done that, we're going to run back. We're going to see if we can inspect this draw point again. I doubt enough time has passed, and no, enough time has not passed. And I could end this episode here, or we could head off to Delling City, so why not? Okay, we can see right there is the train for us. Come on, no encounters, no encounters. Sweet. So you can talk to these kids. They're just talking about the upcoming Sorcerer's War. And these guys are like, hey, let's stop by the usual. What's the usual? The Delling Shopping Arcade. We'll be going there right towards the end of this episode. So let's get on the train. And Squall's going to say, you know what? I should probably let Selphie have her way. And she's going to say, you caught on. So Irvine's going to appraise his options while the train starts moving. I don't know if Renoa's laughing, because she's not saying anything really funny. Just says it's the only train bound for Delling City. I don't really get that. So Irvine's gonna head off and talk to Selphie, and if you talk to your party members, or your comrades, Quista says, shouldn't you go check? Renoa says, shouldn't you check on Selphie? And Zell says, don't let him use the guest room. Well, I'm pretty sure he's a seed. Well, I don't know. Maybe he is just a student. And Irvine's going to say, Selphie, we're destined to be together. Yeah, so he considers himself a ladies' man, and is going to try his charm on Selphie first and foremost. Not on us. So once again, you can get another fan fiction idea out of your head. And talk to Selphie, and she'll say, my heart's pounding. What is this I'm feeling? I think you may have some childhood feelings for Irvine that you aren't remembering 100% at the moment right now. But I'm sure that's not going to be a plot line later in the game at all. Okay. Once you're done with that, she just says, how long till Delling City? Oh, now he's going to try it with Renoa. Of course, this is going to tell him to cut the shit. And now we're going to start to see another personality trait of his that he feels misunderstood, because he says that sharpshooters are loners by nature. We hunt our instincts, pour our whole being into a single bullet. The pressure of the moment, an instant of tension. That's what I have to face, alone. It's not easy being green. So he says, just do me a favor and let me be. Get my drift? So we get a funny scene here with Zell punching the train. And apparently it sets off a minor vibration. There was no damage from that minor vibration. I repeat, no damage. Oh, that wasn't far to Delling City at all. And apparently in Delling City the trains are still running. So we're going to head down here. And then we're going to head down to head up. It's the hustle and bustle of a major city, Delling City. With a bat, courtesy with its own bat signal. And Renault says, oh, if we're going to Caraway's mansion, who was the army guy that we had to talk to, just take bus 8. And Irving's like, exactly. You're pretty familiar with this place. Oh, Irving, since he's a, oh yeah, this is where Laguna's from. Since Irving's a Galbadia Garden student, the Delling Shopping Arcade probably is the usual for him. So, we'll just wait for a bus or a trolley to show up and we'll talk to this dude. There we go. So you could get off here to advance the storyline. Squall says, is it a coup d'etat? Well, he doesn't want to overthrow the president, just the sorceress. Or we could get some of our rewards from doing the Queen of Cards game. So let's do that. So the third stop is the Delling Shopping Arcade, so we'll get off here. And there's a guy right here. You might be able to see him. The guy I walk in front of, kind of wearing all black, still with those wonderful Final Fantasy VIII graphics. Challenge him to a game of cards. And he has the Irvine. He has the Quistis card. I've heard a lot of people say they have problem getting this guy to show off the card. I think you actually have to talk to the Queen of Cards before he'll play it. So make sure you talk to the Queen of Cards. You know, just because you lost the mini-mod card doesn't mean it appears. I think you actually have to talk to the Queen of Cards. And you see the Irvine card, or why do I want to say Irvine? The Kiros card has a 10 value on its left face. So I'm going to play Diablos right here so he can't take it back. And once again, he's a slow card player. It means he's smarter. Let's see, so 6 on the top. Technically it's 6 on the bottom, but... Okay, 6 on the bottom, we'll say. 7 on the right to not make it confusing. Alright, so let's see. I can go ahead, I can play... Let's see, I'll play Zell here. Yeah. And hopefully he'll be dumb and hopefully he'll take Zell from me. Oh no, oh, you want to play it smart, do ya? That's a story, see? Okay, well, we'll play Quistis here. We'll make him chase 2. Alright, and we'll play Cypher right here. We're nice and safe. Wasn't even planning on flipping that card. And we're still going to win 7-3. Nice. Oh, we only get 1 card? That's stupid. Okay, so the Kiros card, you could play with the Kiros card. Or you could go ahead and card mod it immediately. So according to our card listing, it would be our 4th best card right now, but I want the 3 accelerators. Now what can you do with accelerators? Well, I think you can do something with time magic. Got 100 haste. I don't really need 300 haste at the moment. Can we do anything with that? Nope. Status? Probably not. Nope. What about tool? Can we get anything with tool refine? Nope. Alright. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at abilities. So Renault only has 1 Guardian Force right now. So I'm actually going to hold on to 1 Accelerator until she gets a 2nd Guardian Force. And I'll tell you why. So we're going to go to the Amnesia Greens. She has Quetzalcoatl, so Ifrit. Ifrit, Quetzalcoatl, and Shiva are my base Guardian Forces. Everyone will have one of those, so these are the ones I'll add new abilities to. So we want to use the Amnesia Green on Magic, because every Guardian Force automatically has Magic, GF, Drawn, Item Learned. So you can remove these abilities, and you'll still have the Magic command, because Ifrit, I think, is paired with... Whoever else Ifrit is paired with still has the Magic command. So we use the Magic command to unlearn Magic. And we'll use our another Amnesia Green on Shiva, on Magic. And now we will be able to use the Accelerator on Ifrit. Ifrit learned Auto Haste. Shiva learned Auto Haste, and as soon as I get Brothers for Renoa, she will have Auto Haste. So we'll Junction Irvine, and we'll go to Ability, and he still has Magic because of the other Guardian Force. How are they set up? Okay. So I took Magic off Shiva, but because Diablo still has Magic, Irvine can still use the Magic Command. So we'll get rid of Vitality plus 20%, Auto Haste. Head over to Squall. We'll take Move Find off for the moment, Auto Haste. Means they're going to be so much quicker in battle. Now, one would think that to get back to the Caraway's Mansion, you would just have to take the bus that goes this way. That's not true, so you're just going to run 2 screens. Maybe 3? Nope, just the 2. Here we are, Caraway's Mansion. So, oh, this dickbag's going to stop us. Can't just let you walk in. I believe he's been informed of our arrival. Oh, we gotta test our skills, even though we're ordered to come here. And Renoa says, he's still so skeptical of people. How do you know this dude that much? So we have to head to the Tomb of the Unknown King to the northeast. All you have to do is go there. It's real simple, but you have to bring back a code number to prove you were there. Basically, a student dropped their weapon, and there's a like an ID number on the weapon. Now, this ID number, it's random. It's not the same, so you are actually going to have to go there and retrieve the code number. Yeah, you should be able to find what you're looking for shortly after you go in. It's an ID number. I don't recommend going any further than you have to. You may never make it back alive. So he's going to give us a map, which I probably should have held for a little longer. So we're going to buy a location displayer for 5,000. For 5,000 gil. And don't worry about his hints. Basically, he tells you there's a Guardian Force if you keep going further into the tomb. So we're going to have him just escort us out of town just to make it nice and simple. And of course, why not? We're in the money. So we'll rent a car. A little sportier model than what we were able to rent from Dillette. And just to show you where the tomb is, we're going to turn. There. So let's press the button to drive. Off there, you can see the tomb right there. But real quick, I want to show you why you want auto haste. So I'm just going to run around here, get into a battle. Thrustivius. I heard his little cawing sound. So Irvine's going to talk about his limit break. It's the same button for Renzokuken, basically. Now look at Irvine and Squall's bars. Look at how much quicker they are than Renoa. So auto haste is awesome. Plus, eventually, like I said, we're going to get the haste spell. We're going to get speed junctions. We're going to make ourselves super insanely quick. So I just wanted to show that to you real quick. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. I think we did enough. We obviously did a lot. Getting rid of the Trabia rules, heading off to Delling City, getting auto haste, and next episode we are going to get a new Guardian Force at the Tomb of the Unknown King. So if you guys like this episode, go ahead and smash that thumbs up, ask me any questions you may have. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you later.